Wondering about the price of groceries in another country? Come join me as I cook dinner in Panama City. I'll do a little more in-depth grocery store visit later, but for the purposes of this video, I'll just show you what I spent on the food for this particular meal. Some items are pretty comparable to the prices I would pay in the US, and then some things are crazy cheap. I've never in my life seen a $3 steak. For my dinner tonight, I decided on the falda gruesa, and that's just a skirt steak. It came out to be $3.71, and that's for about half of a kilogram, which, if my calculations are right, that's about a 17-ounce steak. I got 6 bulbs of garlic for 93 cents and a pack of Brussels sprouts for less than $3. I did do some combo shopping. I tried to get everything I needed from the physical store, but some things I forgot I was able to get from the app here in Panama called Pedidos Ya. And not only does this app have grocery store items, but you can also get things from the pharmacy, things from the florist. You can order your favorites from the local restaurants and so forth. It's very convenient. It all comes on a motorcycle, and it usually takes about 30 to 45 minutes for me to receive my items once I've placed the order. So I got potatoes for 55 cents each, and then I also got bell peppers, 3 of them for less than $3 total. So here I am just slicing up my steak, slicing up my bell peppers, onions, garlic, things that I'm going to use for my marinade. I seasoned my steak with some Cajun seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, and then I sealed everything in a Ziploc bag and just let it marinate. Oh, also I put in some Worcester sauce. W sauce, watch your sister sauce, however it is that you say it, you know what I'm talking about. So then I just sealed everything in a Ziploc bag and let it sit in the refrigerator for about 3 hours. Now I'm just getting my potatoes and Brussels sprouts ready to cook. For the sprouts, I started with some olive oil in a hot pan. I did start these out on high heat just because I like for my Brussels sprouts to have that roasted effect. I could have roasted them in the oven, but my oven makes my condo super hot, so of course I'm trying to avoid that. And I just tossed them in. I didn't leave them on high heat. I just started them that way so they could have, again, that roasted effect. So after they turned brown and roasted a little bit on the stovetop, I turned the heat down and let them simmer a bit. I did add in a little water to deglaze the pan. My seasonings for this were my same seasonings as I use on the steak. Cajun seasoning, onion and garlic powder, and paprika. So once the water reduced from the pan, I drizzled in a little bit of honey to cut some of the bitterness. Here I'm just boiling my potatoes in salted water. And here I'm making a little bit of garlic butter to mash my potatoes with. I just tossed my potatoes into the garlic butter sauce that I made earlier. I added in some heavy cream and a little more butter, and I mashed until they were creamy. Here I am cooking my steak. Probably not even a minute on each side. I just heated up a little olive oil in the pan and cooked on both sides until I felt it was to my preferred level of doneness. I removed the steak pieces from the pan, and here I added in the bell peppers and onions into that same pan that I cooked my steak pieces in. Once the bell peppers and onions were cooked through, I tossed my steak pieces and a little bit of butter back into the pan just so all those flavors could meld together, and everything was done. So here's my version of pepper steak, garlic butter mashed potatoes, and honey roasted Brussels sprouts. So here's a recap of everything that I spent in preparing this meal. It came out to be a total of $12.57. And I only used about half of the ingredients that I purchased. So I would say that the meal for this one day came out to be just about $6 or even less. And I don't think it can be beat. I hope you enjoyed this time with me, and I'll see you again soon.